Good evening. Hello. How are we doing? I've got some very exciting news this year. I hope y'all ready. Trying to get it so I don't get my family's lives all in.
Well, Periscope does not show on it. Let me check.
Not
No.
better.
Well, I'm saying Periscope is not showing.
Oh,
like
the same
door.
view.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, good. So it's just Facebook.
Let me see.
Where's my YouTubers? How come I don't see it showing up on YouTube? Do I have to refresh? Yeah, live now. There we go. All right. Welcome. Hello. I've got some exciting news. I don't see you. All right. Do I see anybody coming up yet on YouTube? Y'all partying? It's Friday. Good evening, Biggs. Who else do I see? I see Anna. And I see, is that Integrity Force? That's Integrity Force. Very good. JLK. Hello. Who's else out here? Come on. Let's give a hearty hello. Let me see ya. Mir De Jesus, Tasha Ross, D. Davis, Sylvia Rose, CW. Getting my homework done. Good. Leona Martin. Hey, Donna. How's everyone doing this evening? Welcome. Oh my God, I have some exciting news. Y'all might not find it exciting. Hello. Come on, wake up. Wake up all your viewers. Share it on your pages. Let's go. Let's go. Tell them, wake up. Wake up. You can sleep afterwards like I do. All right, CW has scheduled a watch party. Sylvia Rose said she has scheduled a Holy Ghost party. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is it right there, sister. Let's go. Nilda, welcome. Carlene, wonderful. How about yourself? Cheryl Wilbur. Jackie, that's right. 2019 Detox Delegates. Going in hard. Can y'all believe we are already at day 20? Well, it's the 25th of the month, so we're on day 24. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Look at this calendar. This is how many we've done. Doesn't this look crazy?
Yes.
Oh my God. Look, guys. Look how many days we have already gotten into. Look at all the SDs on January.
Mm-hmm.
So detox, so detox, so detox. This is how many days we've been on this. Well, some of y'all, because a lot of y'all dropped me. I heard from a lot of people who love me and call me their apostle or call me their spiritual mother or their coach. Y'all abandoned me. At least once during these 24 days, I done got dropped possibly by every single one of y'all. And I had a couple of talks with some sweethearts yesterday, and they was like, I'm not going to lie, Apostle. I couldn't take no more. So let's talk about that for a minute tonight. Let's talk about that for a momento tonight. I want to encourage you because don't feel as if you are alone in this process of feeling yucky. I was talking to a new client today, and I was sharing with her that it feels almost like the description of when in the Old Testament we had to bring our gifts to the altar, and we'd bring the sacrifice, and we'd bring heifers and goats. And it was an altar of slaughter. It was an altar of sacrifice. And that's where we are. And it's not supposed to feel nice. It's not supposed to feel like we're just having a book club. This is how we know that you're not just joining a book club every night at 9 o'clock. You know, other people may try to belittle it and say they just have a book club. But you know that this thing is way more than a book club. You can tell by the effect that it's having on our affections. I am shifted. I've changed. I've had to recalibrate. You know, I have personal testimonies that I'm going to share at the breakfast in person with y'all that I don't really want to put here on live. You know, anybody could tap in who's not even committed to the process. So I'm not going to give them that. But live, those who come in and sit in the convention, as they're calling it now, I want to share with you the effects that it's had on me. And, you know, just because I'm the teacher, I'm the coach, just because I've had a few years of training now, really never puts anyone in a place where we're not about personal development. In the material itself, the book that we're reading, Self Matters by Dr. Phil McGraw, he has given an amazing testimony at the beginning, and at the end of the book, and even in the epilogue, he shares, you may think because of what I have gone through that I'm not prepared to counsel, to affect anyone's lives, to even do what has been progressed in this material that we've had. He said, but because of this, because I have gone through it, that qualifies me to be able to help others go through this. This has been no joke. And I've been hit in a good way, but a very slaughter of the altar type of way. I didn't like it. I didn't know what to do with the emotions. And because I am a personal development coach, I am more than a life coach. My specific area is personal development. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. And going through it, it was just like, all right, I can't tuck it away because I didn't even know it was there anymore. So I can't tuck it away. So how am I going to handle this? And that's when I decided to say, okay, let me start journaling and write it out. A couple teary-eyed days, a couple days that, you know, we're near the family watching movies. And I had to get up and leave the living room because I didn't want them to know that I was in one of those moments where I was hit. You know, when you start digging up the ghosts in the closet, you know, they come out to haunt you. And usually when they haunt us, they want to haunt us with regrets. So I had to make sure that I processed through, developed through my regrets and not allow them to steal anything else from me. We talk about the devil comes to steal, kill, and steal, kill, and destroy. But what about the devil that's the ghost inside of our soul that has been stealing, killing, and destroying all of our enjoyment? And I'm not about that life anymore. I want to live my life abundantly. I want to live my life full. I want to be prosperous, not just in my finances, but I want to be around a long time to see the goodness of the Lord here on this earth. And it's just so many things that I have plans for that I'm not going to be the victim of my own self-betrayal and the victim of my own abandonment. I refuse to be a victim of my own self anymore. So hopefully you all are with me. You know, we all may be at different stages and different layers, because even the conversations that I had today with my regular coaching appointment, it just sounds like some of y'all are still not processing this material. I'm not hearing it play back in my conversations. I'm not hearing it come out when you're having your defining moments. You know, so I've had to stop a few in their track and say, wait a minute, that's a defining moment. That's a critical choice. Let's work through that. So the calls today were very empowering. Some of the folks that I have, the map that they're already on for personal development, we've kind of detoured a little bit because they really want to work and dig in on this here. So I enjoy it. I'm happy to do it. I can do this sick in my sick bed because this is a passion, a purposeful place for me. But I want you to know you're not alone, and you should not feel the joys right now. But your focus should be on your vision, which you know is all full of joy, because we wish above all things that you prosper and that you be in good health as you prosper, even as your soul is prospering. They all have to work together. Amen? All right, so I hope y'all doing okay. Let me check. I'm looking at Periscope, YouTube. Is any of my YouTube family out there? Oh, there they go. Hey, YouTube. Sharita, Hope Lumpkin, Elia, Cheryl Johnson. They haven't gone anywhere. Shalina. Okay. And then over here, that's YouTube. Periscope, there's a few more in here, but I'm sorry I can't see all the names. I don't know why it doesn't let me see it. But I see Latanya came in and Deja Dillon. Maybe y'all the ones that give the most hearts or something because y'all faces are showing up. And over here, before we move on, Facebook, y'all look like y'all doing all right. And I see Joycey, Priscilla, and I think that's it for the new ones. The rest of y'all, I've already called out your names, gave you some love. All right, so we'll pick a name. I have one in my studio audience today. So, Misha, how about you pick a name for me?
Okay.
And let's see. And Misha actually came over here and counted the books and all that and was all in my business. So she kind of realized that I have a few books left. So I think we may just give up to all of those who still need books. Some of y'all have already received them. But if you haven't, we're just going to go ahead and bless y'all because we have, what would you say?
You got like
6?
but it looked like more. Yeah.
It's probably more than 6. If you need a reading book, you should just email me. Matter of fact, I already told y'all what to do. I need a picture of you in the t-shirt for Soul Detox, or you need to send me a jingle. Some jingle you got from some lesson on here, or just Soul Detox itself. Send me a jingle, and I'll send you out something immediately. That's where we're at now. Tonight, the name that has been drawn is Edith Jackson. Edith Jackson, you are the winner tonight. I don't think I've seen her name. She may have been one of those that had to leave to throw up and just didn't get back on after that. And I've been hearing a lot of people saying, I had to leave to throw up. I just had to, Apostle, I ain't going to lie. I had to cut you off. When I talked to Thomasina the other night, I said, Thomasina, I'm going to let you get it out. And then we're going to have a deliverance session right here on this. Because this is it. It's not betrayal to me. It's yourself that you're going to owe this apology to. My desire is that you don't wake up in 2020 when a new lesson is coming forth and knowing that you still never got 2017, you still haven't processed 2018, and the application for 2019, you know, I'm just on there because I love her. You cannot be on here just because you love me, because obviously it's not working when y'all start getting butterflies in your stomach and throwing up. See, we always been taught healing and deliverance is the laying on the hands and the screaming and the yelling, but counsel has been a major resource in the world since the beginning of time for healing and deliverance. We really haven't heard too much in the first testament, the first covenant, about people really laying on hands for healing and deliverance. That's a New Testament thing. It came with the infilling of the Holy Spirit and the falling of the Holy Spirit. So how were people getting delivered back then? They were sitting with Moses, and Moses was talking to him, working things out. You don't think those folks was in there throwing up and going through changes? Well, welcome. I hope you know why you're on here tonight. We have some things to do. Edith Jackson, you are a winner. If you're on here, you should holler that it's me, it's me, it's me. If y'all know Edith Jackson, y'all should let her know she's a winner. Maybe that will get her off the couch and get her back in here if it has taken her out like that. You got my picture. Sure do. All right, so let's see. Can I move on? Are we ready to go? So tonight we're going to hopefully hit the part of your assessment scores, what area you fell in. I tried to send it out last night, but I had so many complications, so that didn't happen. But I want you to have those because I want you to know where you fall. You pretty much can tell by the meanings, the definitions that I read last night, whether you are an internalizer, a externalizer, or a person of chance. And we're going to wrap that up tonight. We'll finish that, and then we'll be starting chapter 8 on tomorrow. So let's get started. We are on page 175, I believe. Let's see. Life works, you probably assume. Yeah, we finished that one. Yeah, we actually finished page 175. So, yeah, we're on page 176. So let's go. We'll hit the book for a few minutes, and then as usual, we'll amplify the material that we're reading. People's tendency to fall into this negative internal attribution is a weakness that lawyers sometimes exploit. How many times have you heard some lawyer make the claim that you and I and all of society are responsible, was responsible for the young murderer, how he has turned out in life? It's not his fault, it's yours. So take ownership of it. Teachers use the same gimmick when they try to make their parents feel guilty because they don't have as good as a car or a dress as their friends. Mom or dad, you must be to blame. Nonsense. If you buy into that stuff, if you choose to internalize events and behaviors that you do not control, then you're setting yourself up for years of depression and needless pain. And when you think about this kind of reaction, there can actually be a streak of arrogance in the internalizer. Ooh. A streak of arrogance in the internalizer and some egotism. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all knew this on last night. I knew you did. It's as if you're saying the sun can't rise without your permission, that the planets orbit at your command. I mean, let's be rational here. There are things you can control and things you can't. Don't lay claim to things you don't own. To do so is to put your self-concept in the crosshairs of undue criticism and therefore subject it to taking a beating in the confidence department. Do y'all understand that? Do you understand that? You cannot have, yes, that's right, Biggs. You know, everybody thinks probably the internalizer is the best one, but we have to be careful because when we internalize everything so much, it's really a form of arrogance and egotism. We think everything rises and sets around us, and it's a dangerous place to be. What about externalizers? Can their locus of control create problems for them? Clearly, yes. Negative external attribution can be extremely destructive. For example, a binge spending externalizer on the verge of financial collapse might say, I guess that God just wants me to go bankrupt. Oh my God, I meet people like that all the time. It's God's will. Imagine the consequences that flow from that kind of thinking. If you were an externalizer and one of your parents died, you might perceive that some major force was responsible. How many people blame God when bad things happen in their lives or in the world? Some outside force was responsible. You would probably become angry at the outside force, you know, he's talking about God, and rage at its injustice. You might say, why does God despise me? He has punished me in the worst way. I can't imagine what I've done to deserve this pain. Inappropriate blame never addresses the heart of the problem. That should be on your journal. Inappropriate blame never addresses the heart of the problem. You know why? I'm checking to see if y'all say anything over there. Do you know why? Because if you misdiagnose a situation, you will also mistreat that situation and fail to do what is actually and realistically called for. You'll miss a moment. Again, the challenge is to be rational and genuine with regard to what yourself is telling you. The authentic self is based in accurate knowledge of who and what you are and are capable of controlling. It is this fictional self that is grounded in guilt. You hear me? It is this fictional self that is grounded in guilt, manipulation, and expectancies that will mislead you. The biggest step, and one we will soon be working on, is beginning to listen to what you are telling yourself and evaluating the lens through which you are viewing the world. Remember, to be authentic in your thinking, you must deal with facts and only facts. The truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. A self-concept that is distorted with an inappropriately external locus control will be compromised dramatically. Similarly, scoring high on the chance scale cripples your self-concept and sets you up for obvious problems. If your approach tends to be, what difference does it make, then you're likely to spend your life on the sidelines. Chance people, not surprisingly, strike others as being lazy and uninvolved in life. They miss crucial opportunities to make a difference in their own lives, to align themselves more closely with their authentic selves. Whatever justification you might offer for adopting an internal or external locus of control, there is none for the chance of approach. Wow. That's because there are no real accidents in life. Living as if you have no self-determination is living on a false premise, and nothing but a fictional self-concept would ever try and sell that logic. It means you are forfeiting your capacity to change. There's your problem. Ignoring every opportunity to become who you are. You instead live in a state of continual chaos. There is no authenticity in a life left to chance. So let's identify your locus of control. We're on page 177. I trust that you are becoming comfortable with the concept of locus of control by now. You probably suspect which kind of locus is at work in your own life. But let's find out for sure. We are going to turn now to the questionnaire that you have completed and start drilling deeper into your personal data. We'll start by looking at your results from Appendix A only, the questionnaire on health issues. This questionnaire will help you identify who or what you feel is responsible for your health questions. Feel who or what is responsible for your health conditions. Your responses to the questions for each section generated a score in the range of 5 to 40 for each section of the test: interval, external, and chance. Internal, external, and chance. Your score places you into one of the three categories: low, average, or high, in accordance to the following chart. Let's talk about it. You got your appendix out? Let's see if I have Appendix A. I have mine out. You know what it looks like? It looks like this. Appendix A. You need to have that out. And I'm going to quickly go over these. You can replay it if you don't have the book. Now, for y'all who only have the reading book, you're fine, because I have only been dealing with the reading book. I have not dealt with the companion yet. We just don't have the time for it. So we'll definitely get into that personally in your coaching sessions with me that you're going to sign up for, right? And for the weekly broadcast, we'll hit the companion. But right now, this material that you should have, Appendix A and B, is right in your reading book. So if you don't have a reading book, hurry up and get a t-shirt and put it on and send me a picture. Hurry up and send me a jingle. We need the jingle. Somebody sent me the most beautiful picture today. Let me see if I have it while we're working on things here. I was so happy when I got this one, and she needs to get something else for sending this in, because she topped it all. I don't think I can find it in my phone, but I'll get it and make sure we post it. Oh my God, it was the most beautiful. I was very happy to receive it. So Appendix A, with Appendix A, you have Section 1. Section 1 only goes up to question number 5. On the second page, let me get y'all right. Second page of Appendix A. I gotta get it right because these cameras all over the place. There we go. Appendix A, 1 through 5 is what we're going to talk about right now. Is everybody good? As I say in my congregation, all hearts and minds clear? All right, good. Y'all talking and working it out. I should know Cheryl is going to be over there helping folks out for me. Thank you. What you need?
Turn the camera so that it's not showing outside, whichever one is Facebook.
Okay. Trying to work it out. I'm going to keep cutting my head off. All right, and let's see. Periscope looks good. All right. Apostle Diane is on again. Hey, bless the Lord. Gonna see you real soon. Or was that from the other night? I don't know where I am. But okay, let's go. So for Section 1, 5 through 12, if your score was 5 through 12, it is very low attribution of your health to internal responsibility. Very low on the internal side. 13 through 20, low attribution to your health to internal responsibilities. Very good. 21 through 32, average. You attribute on an average basis more to internal responsibilities when it comes to your health. 21 through 32 says that you attribute an average amount to your health to internal responsibility. And 33 through 40 have a high attribution of your health to internal responsibilities. In Section 2, and that goes from question number 6 to 10, only Appendix A, 6 to 10. It says, 6 to 10 of the questions. The first score, if you score between 5 and 10, you have a very low attribution of your health to external sources. You're very low on the external side. 11 through 15, you attribute lowly to your health to external sources. And 16 to 21, you have a higher average of attributing your health issues to external. You blaming the doctors and all that. And then 22 to 40, you are hitting the brink, baby. You are highly attributing your health issue to external sources. You're struggling in the responsibility department. All right, Section 3 on Appendix A only. 5 through 9 is the score. You have a very low attribution of health to chance. You're very low. You're not attributing your health to just chance. You know, the gods of whoever. And 10 through 17, you attribute a low amount of your health to chance. 18 to 25, you attribute an average amount of your health off to chance. And 26 through 40, you attribute a high amount of your health to chance. So section 1, 33 through 40, section 2, 22 through 40, and section 3, 26 through 40. That's who you are. You're either an internalizer, an externalizer, or a chance. Section 1, if you score 21 through 32, you are teetering right there. You are teetering very much as an internal reflector. If you have for section 2, 16 to 21, you are right there as well. The scales are tipping. They're not, you know how you go to the doctor and they weigh you? I went the other day. And I told her, it's still shaking. Don't mark it yet. I was hoping it was going to drop back a few pounds, you know. You're right there. You're teetering that you attribute an average amount of your health to external sources. So pay attention. Again, section 1, 33 through 40 is very high. 22 through 40 for section 2 is very high. And section 3, 26 through 40 is very high. Section 1, 21 through 32, I'd be concerned. Section 2, 16 to 21, I'd be concerned. And then section 3, 18 to 25, if you scored in those ranges, I would be concerned. Definitely. All right. So hopefully y'all didn't get upset, have any strokes or any heart attacks out here. Y'all doing all right. We are on page 178 in the book. 178 in the book. And I will definitely send these out tonight. How y'all doing? Y'all want to share some scores with me real quick? It's 9:30. We got 30 minutes to knock out the rest of this lesson tonight. Anyone want to share their scores? Anyone want to share their scores? For mine in section 1, the internal locus, I attribute a low amount of my health issues to internal responsibilities. And that's interesting, right? I attribute a low amount to internal. So I don't internalize my health. I got a pretty good grip on it. But, you know, where it says a low amount, that means you do take some responsibility that if you don't eat right, diet, exercise, and all that, you recognize that it's all not based on me, that there are external and internal factors that works for the health. And then section 2, I had like a 14, and that's I attribute a low amount of my health to external sources. So again, I take responsibility internally for my health issues. And then section 3 was 5 through 9, and I know that wasn't me anyway. I attribute very lowly, like this is a beep, there's no life in that at all, of my health to chance. I definitely don't attribute it to chance. So there you go. Again, I will send them out tonight, and you will be able to, I am internalizer 28. So you got a 28 on Appendix A, and D. Davis, which section? Scores for section 1, section 2, or section 3, because they had to be added up separately. You can't add up the whole sheet, which is what I did the first time, and that was wrong. I tried to add up each column all the way down both pages and then total them all together, only to find out each section had to be done separately. All right, let's go. Since I'm not seeing too many, y'all be vulnerable tonight. Y'all like to keep too many secrets for me. Elia, I had 21, 14, 14. Good girl, very honest. Are the appendix in the reading book? Yes, they are. They are in the reading book, Shalina. And I did email them correct, and they are in the reading book. All right, let's go. Now let's consider the specific meaning of your scores. In light of what you've just learned about the chance approach to life, it would not surprise you to know that the factor that best predicts poor health in the future in the failure of rehabilitation is a high level in the chance category. If you are in the high end, 26 through 40, for this perceptual style, you are basically telling yourself that you have no trust in yourself or anyone else to be the guardian of your health. You're saying you're at the mercy of any germ or trauma in the universe and you have no weapons to fight them. If this is your profile, you are probably very passive when it comes to the management of your health. Boom. That was a little castor oil. If you have little or no belief or trust in yourself or anything else, you will probably not put any faith in any health-related resource. You may not see any point in changing your diet or quitting smoking. Take note, This dynamic of chance is not about self-discipline. It's different from not wanting to change your habits just because you don't want to discipline yourself. Chance thinkers is a self-concept of powerlessness. You see no purpose in discipline and therefore have zero motivation to change. What are the health implications for an externalizer? A high score, 22 through 40, on the external scale implies a highly dependent reliance on powerful others or powerful things for the state of your health. Like those with the chance locus of control, if you are an externalizer, you are apt to be way too passive in maintaining your health. Instead of relying on the luck of the draw, you rely on doctors or others to fix any health problems you may encounter, rather than avoiding them by responsible behavior. The old adage that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure is the bane of the externalizer's existence. Anytime you give your power away, you are at the mercy of forces you do not control. Suppose, for example, that 2 or more of your doctors hold differing opinions. In the confusion and conflict between the two, you're likely to panic and be totally lost at what to do. It is never a good idea to substitute anyone's judgment for your own. As an externalizer, your vulnerability in that situation is huge. If you had high chance of external scores for health, you might want to consider our country's top killers. That's sad. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, homicide, suicide, and automobile accidents. What are the lifestyle choices that affect those outcomes? The major determinants of heart disease are poor diet, lack of exercise, high stress, and smoking. Stress, smoking, and diet causes issues have also been implicated in cancer prevention research. Although there are major implications for genetics in diabetes, the biggest issue there are again diet, exercise, and stress. Father, I look to you. Stress is even more clearly linked to homicide and suicide. And when it comes to automobile accidents, the major factors are high speed, alcohol intake, carelessness, and failing to use seatbelts. Looking back over all these factors, ask yourself, who controls these things? Are you the one in charge of these choices, or are you letting something or someone else make them for you? Bottom line, most major health issues can be influenced by what you do or don't do. Like it or not, a lot of the cause and effect is in your hands. The health professionals who treat you may have a greater knowledge about your disease, but you have a greater knowledge about you. I'm getting ready to make a post on that one because that was so good to me. Over the long haul, you have more power over your body and mind than anyone else. And you have more of the responsibility. A higher internal score is therefore often productive. Now, you know something about where your locus of control is with respect to your physical well-being. Let's look next at your scores on the questionnaire Appendix B. As for the health questionnaire, your responses here generate a score in the range of 5 to 40. For each section of this test, internal, external, and chance, your score places you in one of 3 categories: low, average, or high. Looking at the following table of scores to determine the specific meaning of your scores. Isn't that amazing though? How we can even see our health issues as somebody else's problem or all our problem. And that's why we've got the problems that we have, because, you know, it's somebody else's job or it's my job and I'm doing a bad job with it. This is real. Appendix B, do y'all have it? Come on, do y'all have it? I want some answers. I'm not moving on till y'all talk to me. Y'all not doing this to me tonight. I want some answers. Do y'all have appendix? See, I can't see in your home like you can see in mine. And I'm showing you. The student's not greater than the teacher. I'm here teaching this thing and learning this thing, and I need to see you. Can I see your appendix, ma'am?
Take it.
Internalizer as it relates to my health. Substitute anyone's judgment for your own. All right, they're talking to me on Facebook. Yes, Nilda, real stuff. Come on, where you at? Oh, I don't know what's going on over there tonight. Come on, YouTube. Do y'all have your appendix? I have it. Thank you very much, Elia. Cheryl Johnson, thank you very much. Come on, back over here on Periscope. Is Periscope stuck?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, because nobody's talking to me on Periscope. Periscope.
It's 16 people on there.
So they're not stuck.
No.
They may be stuck though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they may be stuck.
Yeah.
One of my clients I talked to today said, you kept asking us, where we at? Where we at? She said, I don't know about them, but I was on the floor. I was like, Jesus, I surrender. Angela, very good. She says, yes, she has her appendix. Do anybody else have their? I just want to know. I have Appendix B. Thank you, Manuel. Somebody. Rhonda said she has hers. Very good. Jackie has hers. Jerry, all right. We got some people on the cross for y'all, so we're going to keep it going. Here goes our score. In section 1 of 5 through 20 means you attribute a low amount to internal sources. 21 through 32, you attribute an average amount to internal sources. And 33 through 40, you attribute a high amount of yourself to internal sources. You are an internalizer on 33 through 40. Section 2 for Appendix B, 5 through 15, you attribute a low amount of your authentic self to external sources. 16 through 21, an average amount of external sources. 22 through 40, a high amount to external sources. That's how you know you're an external vert. And section 3 is 5 through 17, you attribute a low amount to chance. 18 through 25, you attribute an average amount to chance. And 26 through 40, you attribute a high amount of things in your life to chance. Ain't that something? Chance. Are there any chance people on here? Anybody's brave enough to admit it? Any chance people on here? I have it. Periscope is fine. Good.
Yeah, you see it now?
Very good. Yep, I'm reading their comments. Yes, I have it. Thank you, Periscope. Y'all had me concerned for a moment. I'm about to start dousing some holy oil over here on y'all. Thinking something was going on. Bring y'all back to life. Go get some holy oil. Start dousing it. Where did I finish? Section 2. And in section 3, 5 through 17, you attribute, you attribute a low amount of your locus of control to chance. 18 to 25, you have an average amount that you attribute to chance. And then 26 through 40, you have a high attribute of authentic self to chance. So if any of those you scored 33 to 40 in section 1, 22 through 40 in section 2, and 26 through 40 in section 3, you are definitely a chance person. Are there any chance people on here? Any chance people on here? And I'm talking about, again, 33 through 40, 22 through 40, 26 through 40. Anybody up there that high? I see one person on YouTube is up there in the 40. Someone else is 36. All right, we've got a few chance people. Interesting. Do you remember what we discussed about chance people last night in regards to their relationship with God? All right, good. Thank y'all for answering me and working with me. Let's go. If you scored at the top classification for internal in the lower levels of chance, then you hold yourself responsible for positive change in your life. You are willing to ask yourself the tough questions that need to be answered for you to regain clarity and authenticity. If, on the other hand, your highest score was on the external scale, you need to address the validity of your self-concept. You need to start investigating what has taught you to give up your self-control. Don't think that I am dogging you because you did not fit neatly into the best scenario. Sometimes we cannot control everything that happens, and it becomes a false, arrogant belief to hold otherwise. Nevertheless, in those cases where you can control the external world, you should do so. You need to go on the alert against the negative aspect of external attributes, which is the classic victim role. Externalizers are the classic victim roles. If your highest score was chance, we need to talk. 860-222-9884. You can go and visit the website at www.suzannemhoward.com and go to the booking appointments and book your session. If your highest score was chance, we need to talk. You need to decide right now whether you're going to come down on the field and get in the game, or whether you're going to sit in the bleachers for the rest of your life waiting to get hit by the ball. Is your decision really all that difficult? It's your life. Why would you want to be a passenger of it? Because knowledge is power. I hope you've seen, too, that arrogance and victimhood are two imposters that dwell within your fictional self and can jerk you around at every turn. Mistakenly internalizing causes means that you'll be arrogantly claiming ownership of everything that happens in your life, good or bad, without regard to the facts. Quit doing that. You cannot change the fact that your parent died, your spouse left you, or that a hurricane is happening in Florida. If you insist otherwise, you'll be rebuilding your fictional self. Once again, you'll be drifting away from your authentic self. Distinguish the things you can control from those you can't. As for those things you can control, which is most of them, you are starting to see that you can no longer play the victim. It's like that old saying, God don't drive no parked cars. I love Dr. Phil's country talk. God don't drive no parked cars. You cannot continue to sit in the parking lot of your life. Your authentic self is summoning you, and it's time to get moving. Let's continue to work through whatever may be keeping you from doing so. We finished chapter 7.
Hey.
Wow. Wow. So this is going to be very helpful when we start going over each video. In February, we're going to start doing one video a week, which will give you an entire week to get your homework done. That's why I'm only asking that you do one of each thing, so you can have a concept while you have me tutoring you on here on how to get through the assessments and to understand what this means about yourself and what that means about yourself. I'm looking now to address any questions. Are there any questions out here? Classic victim role. Yep. Are there any questions? All right, we got somebody yelling Jesus. Laugh out loud. We need to talk either way. And absolutely, we will. Come on. Any questions out here? Any questions? Because we're good for tonight. I'm not going to start chapter 2 right now. I mean, the next chapter, I'm saying, which is chapter 8, internal dialogue. I'm going to start that tomorrow. And we're going to start tomorrow night on page 183. So if you want to begin reading that chapter, it will be very good because maybe you'll have some questions to ask or more input to make on tomorrow. And it starts out with what distorted perception is like. What distorted perception is like. I love it. I highlighted so much in this one right here. I mean, it's so hard because I'm trying to, y'all ever heard of an app called Blinkist? Blinkist. You can read any book in the entire world, and all they do is take the meatiest statements out of each chapter. So you can read, like one of the free books, I forget Oprah's book name. The first book I think she's written. You can read it. Each chapter is 5 minutes. They read 5 minutes of each chapter, and you can actually have a conversation with someone and convince them that you've read a book, and you only know 5 minutes of each chapter. It's called Blink. It's like you blink and you're already through a book. And I couldn't believe, because I still have 7 Habits of Highly Effective People that I still have not finished, but I did it on Blinkist like that. So I pretty much know the gist of every chapter. That's what I'm trying to give you on here, because you need to read the book for yourself. Email me the questions. Email me your testimonies. Email me where the pain has hit. Email me your progress. But you have to have the book. And you're important enough to me and to God our Father that I'm willing to put the books in your hand at my expense. So you've got to communicate this with me, because I am invested in getting you the help that you need. Here every night, 9 o'clock of my life. Come on, someone. I don't have a bored life, that's for sure. So I want to read a testimony before we go home. And I'm still looking on the screens to see if there's any questions. I don't see any. And Misha, how many names do we have in that bag?
One, two.
We're just counting how many names because I've got enough books left to pass out 6. All right. Everybody whose name that we're going to call out, if you are in the online tonight for the broadcast, we're going to send you a book out automatically. Y'all have been very patient. We have enough left and we want to get them out to you. So whose name do we have?
Teresa Eason.
Teresa Eason. Are you on, my dear lady? That's one of my mentees. I've been mentoring her for over a year now. She deserves it. Go ahead.
Vanessa Bowling.
Vanessa Bowling. I think they have their books, but if you need one, I'm willing to bless you. Go ahead.
Sharita Morel.
Sharita Morel. If you don't have a book, I'm willing to bless you. Y'all have to email me.
Latanya Peterson.
Latanya Peterson. If you do not have your book, I'm willing to bless you. Email me if you still need one.
Christine Dawson.
Christine Dawson. I saw hers in her hand at the hair salon. So I know she has hers. If she needs one, email me, let me know.
And Quanisha Flipping.
And Quanisha Flipping. If you need one, let me know. I'm willing to get y'all this material ASAP. But I need to hear from you tonight. If not, then I'm going to have a different route. Take these books to South Carolina. Put these books to South Carolina with me and start blessing people in another state. Thank you, Apostle Howard. Amen. You're welcome. All right, let's listen to this testimony tonight. This was a very good one that she shared. Hello. I was indecisive of writing this testimony because I know I would be very emotional writing this. I truly, heartfeltly, truly thank you, Apostle, and appreciate your love and compassion. When you began the Soul Detox, I personally couldn't get into it. I tried to get on a couple of times in 2017 and in 2018, but at the time, I wasn't ready to face me or my issues caused because I liked my familiarity of my zone. Now, that is some transparency. She had a problem getting on, she says, because she had to admit that she wasn't ready to face herself or her issues and that she liked the familiarity of her zone. I felt that as long as I'm not hurting anyone, I'm good. Not knowing that I was hurting myself and others for not dealing and facing with my issues. So by that time, things began to unravel in my life. Doesn't God have a way of working it out? I was forced to face situations that I wasn't ready to deal with, that I was not ready to face. She gave me gigantic text. From my own children, it was physically, mentally, emotionally that came out. Then the divorce, not knowing that same affliction that was put on them was put on me by my own parents. Rejection, abandonment, mentally abused by words. So from that point, I decided to seek out help. It was hard and I was scared, but I was ready for change. After my divorce, that's when I made up my mind and made my appointments for Soul Detox. During those times of getting help and getting free and healed, I had to stop my appointments to take care of my mom up until her transition. But it was during those times of my Soul Detox appointment that helped me through all the negative words during that time. I had to take care of my mom from March 23rd up until her transition. For the first time in my life, I'm taking my power and control over my life. And I said, no more will I let y'all hurt me with negativity after I buried my mom. As I walked away from the gravesite, I said, as I buried her, I bury all toxic and negativity and people and things out of my life and said, it is finished. As time went on, I was still dealing with some issues, but this time I dealt with them differently. I faced them head on. So, as 2018 was getting ready to end and I heard that Soul Detox was starting back, I made a choice for 2019 to make it my business to be on for 30 days so that I can get the help I need, not just for me, but my sons, my daughters, and my grandchildren, and to spread it abroad. So, Apostle, in large caps, don't stop. Hey, because God is tremendously blessing you to make an impact in someone's life. Glory to God. Come on, there we go. Y'all got the hands up already. What an amazing testimony. Come on, Periscope. I only see Glory 888 giving the testimony shout. Y'all know we shout when people give testimony.
It's a little bit of a delay.
It's a little bit of a delay. Come on and get it up on me. Get it up on me. That was an amazing testimony. And I know there was one more in here, but oh yeah, I think this was her right here. Did I read her already? Woo! Well, we got it. We got it. We're finished for tonight. The good news that I said I wanted to share when I opened up on here, you want to hear what the good news is? Well, the good news is this is the last Friday that we are going to be together online. Y'all going to see that static screen that some of us who's a little bit older used to see about 10, 11 o'clock at night when we only had like 4 or 6 channels, maybe 3. And when the TV went out for the night, it was this shh. And if you fell asleep with the TV on, it would wake you up to let you know, turn the TV off. Now we got about 1,001 channels to choose from to keep the TV on all night long, entertaining our sleeping souls. This is the last Friday. Can y'all believe it? It's kind of scary because that means we have, again, we're on day 24, so we have 6 full days of this. And you did it. At the last day, I'm going to ask y'all should know who's been with me on in 17 and 2018. I'm going to ask y'all to send in an email to me, and in the subject line, you're going to say, I completed 30 days, and we're going to have a certificate sent out to you. You will be honored with a certificate that you committed 30 days of your life to developing your authentic self. And we do this every year, and I think about maybe the 4th or 5th year, we're going to do something special for those. We're going to call y'all the Gold Club members or something. And y'all going to get something special for completing so many years of this self-work, this development work. Because so many people are just not ready. You know, so detox, I hate to admit it, but more for the church world than the public world. They're not ready for it. It is so beyond their time. People they don't think it's necessary. They don't think it's apostolic. They don't think it's apostleship. They think it's tedious work while they're working hard in the church. I mean, I don't understand where we get this concept from, because this was the work that was being done to convert the minds of the people. Jesus told them that they had to leave their countries. That means their culture had to be changed. The experience that they had. The reason why Lot's wife looked back is because her soul was left in that grounds of Sodom and Gomorrah. She had a soul thing attached to that place. The soul has been an issue from the beginning. So detox is ahead of its time. People are not ready for it. So people always attack things that they don't understand. They attack things that they don't have the upfront boardroom meeting information on it. So don't be surprised if people tell you it's not necessary. Don't take all that. Just keep plugging away. Keep doing your work. Don't mind being one of those that's on the front lines while God is preparing the earth to receive the rest of this. We'll just be the ones that brought it out. There always has to be some change agents, frontline people that God can trust to bring something into the earth with such a thrust and a force that those after us won't have to go through and work so hard to get it out. It's almost like for a farmer, when the ground first has to be broken, you got to break that ground hard. You got roots you got to pull up, a lot of tilling that you have to do. But then after season, people can come down and the ground is already soft. They just take the little rake and stir up the dirt that's already been soft and go ahead and plant the seed. So we're front linemen with this. So just know that we've been given something valuable. So despise not the small beginnings. I got a call from one person and an email from another, both of them asking, what is the geographic reach that I'm having on Soul Detox? They said more people have got to hear about this, and we need to figure out a way to get this thing to a larger audience. And one person said, I think I'm going to manage you. And I'm not asking you for anything, but I'm going to manage you because you've got to be good at your craft while the rest of us handle the administration and the marketing of this. This has to get out because this is something that not too many people are doing, and that's why people are struggling to embrace it. Trailblazing, that's right. So people often, they hate and kick and scream at change and new things that come, but that's who we are. So I thank you for your commitment. I thank you for your airtime, because we know that airtime is expensive. Thank you for your testimonies, your commitment, your devotion. I'm going to send out the assessment results tonight so y'all can go ahead and read the scores. I went through them rather quickly tonight. And then just a reminder that tomorrow we are going to be starting on chapter 8, did I say? And chapter 8 is about internal dialogue. And we're going to knock it out because we have no choice. It's going to go from page 183 to page 208. And that's a lot of work we got to do. So I got to give you all a blink on that chapter so that we can face it. Because in this chapter, I think this is the one where he's going to talk to us about some 5 steps we've got to do. So we have more assessments to complete. If not, then it is going to be chapter 9. But, you know, we've got more assessments to do. And again, exercises in this one. Don't panic because we're going to get through it together. And I promise you, every week in this year, we're going to get it done. I'm going to pull in some of y'all to be online and have conversation with me, ask questions with me, make it more, what do you call it? More interactive. Thank you. I want to make it more interactive. So when we start the new year, I'm going to give you all a chance to ask to come on and ask a question, and everyone can hear it, and they can also hear the answer as well. So thank you all for being on tonight. Blessings to you as well. I love you much, much, much. There's Lulu. She's agreeing. She's avoided most of 2017 and 18 because I didn't want to take self-responsibility. I really enjoyed being on here every week. It has changed my life. Thank you for your precious time. Thank y'all for telling me. Don't think that I'm above needing some encouragement. I appreciate it because the devils that be would love to just come at me, but there's a force of people who know that this stuff works, and it really works truth. Come to me, all you who are tired of carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 and 28. Go on, Biggs. Thank y'all so much. All right, we're going home. And guess what? We don't have to get dressed. We don't have to go out to the cold. We don't even have to drive our cars nowhere, but we're going home. So God bless you all. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Thank you so much for coming on here tonight, and good night.